father.
You really had something out there you pick up?
Yeah.
I don't think the dump's gonna use it too big. Oh,
And then he was
that's right.
in negotiations with Baxter over.
Yeah.
Judy Tucker.
He got it, yeah,
You got it?
yeah. And he wants to know, he said it needs like a few things, like a battery and something else, he just wanna know if he could get some parts from the.
Library stuff.
Wanna talk about it another day?
Just talking about mowing. Oh. That's what I was. What do you make for it?
I'd say you guys speak up, air conditioner stays
Yeah.
on. Brian doesn't want to speak up, so.
No.
So we were recording.
Yes.
Well, we might as well bring the meeting to order. Road foreman first.
Wow, where you want me to start?
It's the beginning.
We got some rain, no tornadoes.
Yeah, we did get some rain, we got some heavy rain in spots. Didn't cause as much damage as it could have, but it came out pretty decent. We got a couple of places that need just a little bit of. Oh, man.
Yeah, one of those for you.
Couple of places, I need a couple of loads to take care of it. I was holding off on Hyde Hill for the ditch project, but I think I gotta put a couple load there to get the crown up high enough so it will hold.
Yeah, there ain't no ditch there.
So it will hold until we can get that ditching done. And good news is the rain that's coming tomorrow night ain't near as heavy as they said it would be. But we're still gonna stay on track and fix that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been ditching and outside of maybe when I say we've been ditching, it's most of the road has been totally ditched, but there's spots that we didn't do, so I don't want you to think, oh wow, you did it all down there, but most all from this village that way is done.
Really? Good.
Oh, we got about a half a day left out on Berry Hill, and as far as I'm concerned, the ditching down that direction would be
Good.
in good shape.
A good thing to do.
Well, it needs to be done, and the trying to keep a crown on the road has kind of made a bevel out on the outside edge,
right.
And so we're trying to get that cleaned up and get the water where it needs to go, and well, that's what we've been doing there.
You put in the West Lebanon stone on anything?
Not yet.
When you're ditching, are you using tobacco or mostly
Backhoe broke in. So
Yeah, that's like
not using that.
grader mostly? What do you?
Yeah,
Thought you weren't supposed to use a grader, did
I don't know what
you ever call Northeast or Lebanon up and ask them what they charge for stone delivered?
Actually, we've gotten a couple of papers, I think, probably by now, that gives you a little input on what it costs to bring it up here and to put it in place. I don't know that piece of paper right there. I don't know if that right there covers the whole thing or whether it seems to.
This is Hell Bridge.
Yeah, better those things a little bit extra. But I'm still there's a couple of things down there that bridge need to be dealt with. I don't think anybody in the FEMA business won't have anything to do with this.
But what,
And could be, the side, the face of it facing 110, it's got, the upstream side.
Right.
Has a lot of boards, busted, and a rig running into it or something, and want to get some new guardrails put on, but there's absolutely nothing to hitch them to.
Right.
And so some of that needs to be done, and it pretty much explains some of it's just gonna fall off when it gets ready.
I think that's what this says. It says on the north side of the bridge, strip 10 to 12 feet back inside and out, and then anchor the supports. East side strip portion, $8,200.
That's the side that we're concerned with. It's not going to help fill it any longer.
Right. And I think this, Mike, that was Randy's. And this is Mike Howe. And same thing, labor and some boards and 2x6s and 10s and stuff like that. 2x6 and 2x4s, 4x4s. For $47.89. And I assume it's the
Is that
same.
Tunbridge?
Yeah.
Is that the dog?
On the docks here.
Okay.
And just to sidetrack a little bit, there's a bunch of pine boards up by the pavilion building that we ought to think, that belong to the town. We ought to think if you've got a place for them, to bring them down off the hill. So if you have a use for them.
I don't have any place to store them under cover, and they're covered up there.
Yeah, anyway, they're our boards.
Keep them in mind.
Right,
They cut out to do that Tunbridge.
okay,
That's what they cut out
For what?
on Flintridge.
Oh, the siding of that.
Right.
okay, I just didn't want you to forget them.
No, I haven't felt. We just haven't figured out whether when we're gonna get that done up there.
Yeah.
Can't really tell you that situation.
Did you hear from anybody else about the Flint Bridge? About repairing that clapping loud?
I haven't, I guess I dropped all of that, but I didn't get anybody called in to give us a price on it.
Okay,
I will be honest with you, didn't do that.
put it on your list.
Yeah, it will be. So, and the backhoe will eventually get fixed. Hopefully somebody comes around this week to work on it, but they say they're so busy they ain't able to get out and working. So
You think that's a solenoid or something?
kind of hoping it is. We did have trouble with a piston year or so ago, and hopefully it's not. I took the filter out of it, cut it in half, looked at the whole inside of it and everything else, and there's no shavings, no nothing inside that filter. So I'm guessing that if something came out of that piston that hasn't never made it to the filter, and it's in that valve.
So you think it's just a little chunk of metal
I
top of
think
valve?
probably they're gonna find a little chunk of something in there that's causing it to stick.
I've had that happen.
And,
He goes down.
Sorry. It's very annoying.
and that tractor is, I don't know when it's coming back, so I don't know when mowing's gonna get done. Because, it's,
Enjoying its time in Syracuse.
well,
Held captive, I think.
I don't see it getting it back. I mean, everybody might as well miss plain know about it. I don't see us getting it back for late summer at least. Could get surprised.
Yep.
No need to say it's coming back next week when I know for a fact it ain't.
Did you talk to anybody else about mowers?
When I talked to you this morning, I told you I didn't think I'd get anybody lined up today. I did get, put a bug in Stratford's ear and find out that, they, are slightly interested. I got to talk to myself, See what they say.
Right.
The real problem is, I don't wanna put one of my guys in it to drive it. And then we're giving up somebody to come, we're busy right this second. Plus, some of them are actually mowing their own, right, but.
Right.
Bradford did say they were more interested in ditching, you know,
Yeah.
than they were mowing roadside, so they're doing ditching.
Yeah, the state went probably yesterday. Well.
Yep. You can always,
You can lend the town a tractor. A high one, that would go over.
I got a nice C with a side mount mower.
there you go.
In some cases, that'd be all right.
Yeah,
Yeah, would probably could handle
Sickle bar.
that.
I
So you can really
You go up and down.
no.
Oh. Some can, right? I mean,
Yeah, I got my 424.
do that.
Mow just like that.
Right, that's good.
maybe it's that one.
He likes it. You could do West Tunbridge at least.
Yeah.
I'd be probably over here working on it more.
Think about it.
Well, I'm gonna do my side for a week.
Hey,
I'm not gonna do the south
Oh.
now.
Oh, well, no. Wait a minute, wait a minute. All right, we'll do ours. We'll do ours.
Everybody does their own thing.
but I do have a couple of spots in town that, don't need to trim something back to make it safe for everybody else. And, so we're gonna figure out what to do with that.
The dump's only open 2 days a week, so you could barrel the spring camera.
Yeah.
The other day.
80 miles.
Give it hell a whirl. The stringer of that, that's.
Was Larry out voting with the old board?
Yeah.
Did the nice job.
We,
Because along came Thomas, I was like, it's already been done. He's like, oh, this looks pretty good.
well, we were trying to clean up things from that heavy rain we
Yeah.
had. They certainly are better than they were if you left them.
Yeah. You haven't put any other, your intended better stone on rec road.
I haven't done enough to do yet, but when I do, it's fucking good.
Has Larry been bringing any?
Yes. He can bring some. A little bit slower right this minute, topsoil apparently ain't selling quite as fast right
Yeah.
this minute.
Well, how much is he brought?
I think we've said it was like 130 yards, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got the 1 ton bag, that's been okay.
We do. And it seems to be working.
No, that's good news.
Got some of the ditching on that, if we do that project. Up on Bottom Hill, there, the ditching has been pretty much taken care of, we just gotta change culverts and stuff like that. I don't know what else to tell you, see?
Did we get that thing from Blacktop when they're full about that?
The big one from last meeting.
Yeah,
I can go print it off.
was that Button Hill project?
Part of that?
Yeah. Are we getting a paving grant this year? It's gonna do any paving.
Trafford Road in pretty good shape, paving wise.
We're gonna have to eventually pave the bridge.
Oh, right.
area.
Yeah.
Eventually, when they're done tearing it up over here and fix this. We're gonna have to pay that, so I kinda, sorta. pull bug in the ears of the the two companies, Pipe and Blacktop, that there will be a later fall situation that needs to be done with, and they pretty much both said that whoever gets the job would be able to take care of it, so.
Unless it snows. What does blacktop mean by twin pack? I didn't understand that phrase. Add twin pack and find variant compact subbase on a section of Button Hill.
I
No,
think,
it says, rough grade and compact with twin pack and 2 lifts totaling 5 inches. They just call them, because it's 2 lifts, they call it twin pack or something?
yeah, and it's only supposed to be 4 inches, and,
Will be by the time they get done packing.
well, that's probably how they figure it.
Oh, they got another phrase here that says 3/4 inch twin pack. So I just wondered what they meant by that.
I'm guessing it's because they're gonna use 3/4 inch and 3/8 if they,
Oh, okay. Okay,
I could clean that up by asking them, but I'm pretty sure that's probably what they mean by it. Because there is 2 different lifts.
yeah,
What's a lift?
they're gonna, you put down 1 layer,
That's a lift.
yeah, and then you pack it, and then you put down another layer. So they put down 3/4 and 3/8 on top of it, or is it mixed?
If we was to do a dirt road, I would think that we should go all 3/4 inch
Yeah,
all the way to the top.
yeah,
And add nothing on, no other to it.
I wouldn't think 3/8 would.
But on blacktop, you add the minor lift.
Well, yeah, if you're paving. But this is on the Button Hill Road.
It's dirt right now.
It's an inch and I didn't see that, so I guess
You didn't see it.
I didn't see that paper, no. I talked to the guy only at the pit when he came out to see it, to talk to us.
Oh. I'm the only one that's seen the tape.
Oh, I'd seen it, huh? Let's see,
Yeah, the next
Steep part of
page.
Button Hill.
Cause I told him what I wanted was inch and a half.
Okay, but as you read that, it says something about 1.5 inches, and then it says twin pack.
Well, the twin pack is, I told him that we'd have to, I wanted mostly I want it to be a heavy 1.5 inches with a light coat of 3/4 on top to make it smooth enough so it wouldn't be they couldn't chop it up every time they went up. But did I see this? I hadn't seen it, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll blame it on Mariah.
Would you please?
No, this is gravel or pavement.
Yeah. Yeah. But they're talking about
That's the
using,
base before you put it on the lifts.
yeah. No, we're not gonna pave it. They're gonna put in a lift of
So
1.5 inches.
3.5 inches. And then they're gonna compact that and they're gonna put a lift of 2 inches of 3/4 or whatever on top of it. Pack.
but no paving.
No pavement, no,
So the-
no, just with better stones,
So the 1.5 inches, 1.5 stone or 1.5 deep.
1.5 inches minus, you
Yeah,
know,
so
like we
quarter
saw in
stone.
the bottles,
Right.
yeah.
Okay,
Well, it's gonna come out. If it's like 1.5 inches, I have over the drag. And it's gonna come out more like 2.25.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a good size stone. Also, the screens are getting weak.
Thank you, Brian.
picking holes.
So we'll eventually get that
So what's the total price for doing,
80,000,
help, is it on top of the hill? Where,
from culvert to culvert.
half a mile?
That's right at Huffy's and ends at
Importance,
They use the word,
cemetery,
no, it's gonna be from Huffy, which Thomas is in Kent there.
oh,
Not through to
Must be there.
Rogers. What's it called? The nurse. Jack Myers.
On the head for, to the top of the hill by Dairy Hill Road?
No, it's half mile stops it right at Myers.
Okay. And why that section, is it muddy or something?
It gets almost impossible to
Mhm.
get up through there and the mud gets rolling good. And like sailboat.
Easy to go down to look about it.
this is actually talking about they're putting down 2 lifts, 1.5 inches, and then 2 inches of 3/4 on the top.
I there again, I don't know how they do it, but they probably what's compacted well, they probably do it in like 3-inch lifts.
Right.
Do they,
Compact it and then
do they put it with a machine or do they just dump it and then
probably
grade it?
just use a grader, I would imagine.
There again, got a good question.
Yeah.
I would imagine they'd use a grader and you know, and then roll it and then
I gotta be honest with you, my wife tells me every now and then I don't ask enough questions, but
we don't want to hear.
What do you say that, yes, dear?
but they're doing all the work, so I didn't ask how they do it.
Yeah. Well, talking about this, I've never heard of that. Maybe there's some fancy technology or something.
Well, I used to wear them when she was younger.
Right?
That's-
What you call it?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't need to now.
No, she,
I agree right up, you know?
Twinlets.
Yeah.
it's all girl. And they're talking. I just figured everybody. Got one of these. I
When
guess.
fuel goes up.
They're talking about $100,000 to scrap it road paved.
How much of it?
Would start at the, if we had gotten the grant, we would have started right at the 110 bridge. And gone to the mile road. Yeah, it's a real sort of pretty much.
We're gonna do it.
See the here, down, doing 3/4 inch stone as a base.
Really?
And then the left, that's 3/8 on top of. It's 2 inches of 3/4 and 1 inch of 3/8.
Did they add any chloride or anything like that to make it stick down or? Does it say in there?
To the asphalt?
No, to the.
Oh,
Who's the other?
no, no. No, it doesn't say anything, but. They may do that, they may water it, I don't know.
We have any sections of road like that in town? Or we've tried.
No. Well, this is their first attempt at maybe trying to spend a little more money and be better
But
quality.
you notice. Down at the bottom, for 240,000. We could put in hot mix up to Gary's Farm.
No.
Kind of wonder how that
Jim.
fit in.
Just the gems?
Yes, the gym.
That seems fair.
Jim's thinking everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even for us.
Well, you know, I know it's a lot of money, but one day you may want to consider it's the cheapest way of keeping. Taken care of.
Yep. You can put old rubber tires in them so it flexes and then doesn't break apart.
Grind up the rubber.
Yeah,
Take order rubber tires.
so we seriously thinking about doing this summer?
Well,
Is that
gotta
right?
come up with a- I
Plan-
thought it'd
the
be
plan
cool.
wasn't really. The plan really ain't to get it done this summer. It was planned to get it in the books for next summer.
Okay,
But the plan was to try to get the culverts and everything else done this year.
Yeah.
And then you'd have your $80,000 project. The plan was to try to get these people to come out here and give us some money, some ideas on what stuff
It's
costs.
gonna cost.
So
yeah.
that we could start planning on how we pay for it.
right.
And the real issue has been that nobody likes to come out and do a darn thing for you if you don't plan on doing something.
Right.
And so you never know, and you can't figure out, well, what's it gonna cost to do this kind of work?
We didn't budget for it either. Did we?
No, if we did it this year, we'd have to take it out of gravel budget or something. Well, we got an idea.
Yeah,
That-
but I think we ought to try next year, do something like that Button Hill thing and just see how it
Yeah.
works out.
If the year goes well and we do, you know, maybe we could squeeze it in this year. But the plan was to get half of it taken care of this year and try to get the cover on next year.
What will it cost, for culverts and stuff, I mean culverts? Top,
And I think there's 5 culverts up through there, and so we, you know, probably price of culverts have gone up and this and that. We're probably looking at anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 to get culverts put in a piece.
a piece, okay.
That's not bad, I thought. But that's just a culvert though, is it? That's not the labor?
I'm hoping that plants it.
Oh, really?
It's probably gonna be closer to the 1,500 per culvert to do that.
Mhm.
And yet, but there's still some stone to do, but the ditch gonna be fairly deep. I mean, we got good ditches there now, and then you're gonna raise the road 8 inches. It's gonna be a pretty good ditch there, and so I'm a little bit concerned that you know, it's one thing to have a really nice ditch, it's another thing to be in the damn thing come winter time.
But,
Oh, that's your road.
you can train people to stay out of it. But
You know, down here on the Howell Lane down here, it's pretty good and flat. And for, what was it, 3 years in a row, they dumped a milk truck over on its side.
Driver inattention mostly.
Took a while. to
Bridge
turn
coming
somebody
down.
down.
What's that for our role, some stuff we could even experiment in.
yeah, we could do a small stretch.
It'd be interesting just to try.
And that's another thing, why I want,
I kinda wanna get my road to the garage covered over at least some this year.
Right, yeah.
and that's why I wanted to have Rodney get some prices on stone delivered. And then if he picked the spot, you know, on Kelsey Mountain, have him bring it in and then Thomas could grade it.
Right.
And do everything. We just wouldn't handle wouldn't truck the stone.
Right.
And then we could even run a roller for a week
Yeah.
or something.
I don't know what we wanna do in this situation of McCullough's, but they did call me the other day.
Mhm.
And said that, they will make anything that we desire we want.
Good material, how about that?
If the mixture is not right, they will make it right. So what I'm trying to say is that they would not be stealing any more stone out of it. It would be straight right off machine into what it used to be. And I told them, I said, I don't know what Selectboard really is gonna be able to do, but I know that we can't continue buying the dust. We got to buy real material.
But we also, if we were gonna do that, we wanna get the stone tested, because if it's soft, then we'll make the dust
No,
instead of them.
It's not gonna be easy to convince me that it don't break down. But I just tell you, I did get a phone call that they what his words were, his grandfather would roll over the grave if he couldn't make it right. So that's where
In just a minute, I got a call on the other line from Pike.
So I just throw it out there that they did call with with concerns that we were leaving and that they wanted to can't let things right with us.
We did customer.
Yeah, one of the many.
Is it the weather that breaks it down, or just travel on it? Just traffic.
All right, anything else?
I don't have anything really.
You can leave them.
All right.
Don't forget that spring one.
Sounds like a plan.
There's a can of gas and I'll find it springing. Okay,
All right.
don't worry about the back window, I'll take it.
Tomorrow, Jim can.
I think that I have learned my lesson on that.
Learn the secret. They learn.
All right. Move right on to, we'll probably broadly out of stage for this and the Gifford Road speed orders.
Oh, I think so. I just gonna review quickly. So I followed up with Rita and I had asked her, because on the speed study that I was looking at, she had marked the current speed as 35. And so I asked her if she had some information on that already. And she said she had grabbed a speed limit from the Randolph side, it turns out, and they have it posted at 35. So it's 50. But because we've had the traffic study complete, we just have to put in a traffic ordinance amendment. And then we can bump it down to 30. So I just wanted, I don't know if you have to make a motion for me to start the ordinance. I know what I need to do and how I need to word it to make that ordinance amendment for the traffic, because we already have a traffic ordinance.
Right.
So I just need to make an amendment to the ordinance.
Which would specifically name the road.
Correct.
And the speed limit
Correct.
on that road.
Yes, which did you want to do 30 or 35? 30. Okay.
It's up 30s.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I will draft this up, I'll put it in the Herald, I'll post it where I need to, and then you guys can adopt it next meeting. And then it will take, like, it'll take effect 60 days from adoption, so 60 days from next meeting. Unless we have a petition.
Yep.
Okay.
If you think about it, tell Rodney to get.
Yes,
on.
yeah, I wanted to just check with you to make sure it was gonna be a 30 and not a 35, and then I gotta check with Rudy about that road name. So if one of you wants to make a motion to start the.
I make a motion that we start the process of making an ordinance,
Yeah.
amending the traffic ordinance to make Gifford Hill Road 30 mile an hour.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Got it.
Okay. See you next meeting for the signature.
All right.
Adoption.
I look forward to it.
So amendments take as long as creating a whole ordinance.
I mean, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm gonna do it like that just to cover our bases.
Right,
Cause it's not terribly hard to, you know, post it in the Herald and
Right.
stuff, so. Just to be on the safe side.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, next,
There
you're
we go.
up. You can sit right in Rodney's chair.
I don't have the
I have it
giveaways.
right here.
Oh, you- yeah.
Depending on what view you want, the audience.
Well, I'm glad to be able to ask the town if they would approve this easement. The access to what we call Strawberry Hill, I think others call it Martin Hill. There's other names for it too, I believe, but. And if maybe you both read it, okay, but the Tunbridge Trails Committee will be managing the pathway, keeping it 5 feet wide, so that folks can walk up side by side up to. Do you all know what I'm talking about? We're from the access from Laurel Road, going through the page, up through a gate. One gate has to be kept closed because there's cows up there, the great cows up there, and then they have access right to the top, to the view, and there's a nice area. I think it's right in here that how many feet across, but it's a round pen that's been sectioned off with a single strand electric wire. So the cows can't get in there and mess it all up. So people can sit there nicely and enjoy the view. Picnics or, you know, and watch the sunset and sunrise, but there are some limits to it, like people can't spend the night up there and they can't carry on lots of noise or anything like that. You can't bring a vehicle up there anymore, except it is, I think it's still available for, I think it's an ADA compliant, you know, for somebody needs a ride up, you can get a ride up. Yeah, so that's it. And from that point forward, the Tunbridge Trail, the Tunbridge Trails Committee will take care of the signage. There's new signage up now, and for people to park right at the Morrill Road entrance, park there and walk through the gate. So they will take care of the signage, just put 3 or 4 signs, kind of tell people what to do and where to go. So we're hoping the town would be happy to have that still open to the public, because we hate leaving this property. And so we have 2 easements that we're writing to the sale, to the purchase and sale, and this is one of them that the town needs to agree on. Everything.
And new ownership won't affect these easements, right? They're
That's
in
right.
Perpetuity
That's right.
or.
Exactly,
100 years or something.
exactly, yeah.
And they know about them.
They do,
Okay.
they do.
That's good.
We might still be surprised.
So,
As far as the other trails, do you know what's gonna happen with it?
you know, all the other trails are their trails now, and it's up to them to grant permission to use them. Yeah, and they're equestrians, they'll be using the trail.
Right.
Yeah. So they may or may not want bicycles on trails, I don't know, all that stuff, so that's gonna be up to them. So, we're sad.
We have to make a motion on this. I make a motion, we adopt the Strawberry Hill easement.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's forever.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Now, do I get signatures from you?
I think that only you have to sign
In the presence
it, and a witness and then a notary,
okay.
so I don't think it has to be
Is
signed
it
tonight.
by you guys? Okay.
Are you a notary?
Right.
Oh, you are?
Do you wanna do it right now? Sure.
Is there any end to your talent?
I can go.
So in the presence of, today is
Today's the 25th.
I would give you authorization. And
If we want a witness. Gary, do you wanna witness it?
Sure.
Right here.
You've been volunteered.
Oh,
voluntold.
Yeah.
That one, okay, voluntold.
Let me go to my stand.
Oh, thank you.
Make it official.
Lovely. Okay.
So, yeah, I can stay.
Yeah. Okay.
No. She's.
Are you in order, John?
And then, sorry, this is my signature. Or does it
No,
just
that'll
like
be-
this, my name?
Yeah, I can fill it over too, and it's, you can go, Justin.
It's there.
Oh, sorry. Here, I will let you print it in.
Okay.
And then, do you want me to keep this to put in our land records?
Sure.
I'll make you a copy and then I can mail it back to you.
Perfect. Oh, thank you. And your look is in my fridge.
All right, good,
I'm making yogurt tomorrow.
nice.
With that. And it's easy here.
There's a copy for you.
The happiest cows I've seen.
And what do you want me to mail it back to?
Please try it for.
17, therapy.
They're all on antidepressants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Choline, even denial.
Yeah,
Did you ever baby?
not yet,
What's the time?
supposed to be Danielle, but it got
AI.
misspelled, and so her name is Denial.
Zero, one, three, 1, 2, 4, 0.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Sweet, you're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, not just her. I remember that. All right, Conservation Commission, new member appointment. I think Betsy has something to do with that.
Me. Is Tess?
She is, she's on.
I'm here. Yes.
Right, in land records, does the town have our easements on lands public? So like whichever is or Chester's, those easements that are.
Yep.
Divorcing those properties.
Yep.
You got records of?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Betsy.
So, the Conservation Commission would like to ask that you appoint a new member to our,
Another new member.
another new member, Tess Rick, who grew up in Tunbridge and is here on Zoom to tell you a little bit about, maybe why she's interested in joining the Conservation Commission and a little bit of her background.
Sure.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, I'm just trying to make sure it's on the right speaker.
No, thanks. Let me know when people can actually hear me.
We can hear you a little bit.
Okay, cool. Well, then if you're my closest accomplice and nobody else can hear me, how are you?
That's right. Good, how are you?
Good,
I
good.
don't know why this isn't working.
I was trying to get there, but I didn't realize I didn't have childcare until.
No.
Should have just brought her, you know? I brought my kids last meeting. They tried to climb up the bookcase.
Yeah, she's naked on the couch. She's
Perfect.
good. Yeah.
I don't know why this isn't working, but can you hear her okay?
If she yells.
Yell really loud, Tess.
Should I project like this?
That's
Yes.
perfect.
Okay, great. So yeah, I'm Tess Mix. I was born and raised in Tunbridge, Vermont. I love this place more than anything I can think of. I moved away for 15 years to live in New York City, with always the goal of coming back and being part of this community. I very much love it here, and I very much want to help protect it for the future and for myself selfishly, and also for my daughter. I've had a long time dedication and love of the environment, and a dedication and a support of trying to preserve it. And the opportunity arose for me to be part of this of the committee, and it seemed like the right thing at the right time. And I am excited to be able to try to bring positive goals and actions to life as far as conservation goes for the community. And that way we can all hopefully enjoy it for many, many, many years to come.
All right, thank you.
So motion.
I make a motion, we, appoint Tess Mix as a member to the Conservation Commission.
Second.
All right, all in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
You're on.
Woohoo! Thanks.
Yeah.
As much as I'd like to stay, I have to feed my child, but thank you very much. And hopefully
Yeah.
next time I see you, it'll be in person. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
So review again for me, who your members are now.
Oh, you know what? No,
The,
no, sorry.
the last member you appointed was Melina Coates. And then
This isn't working because I didn't
there's
plug it in.
Evan Reese is co-chair with me now. Cheryl. Yeah, are you? Eliza.
I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but it looks like you've muted yourselves.
We're having a hard time. Is that better?
Absolutely, thank you.
That's his question.
Becky, you're up next.
All right,
If you wish.
I wish, all right.
Updates, you gotta have any updates.
We've just about made it to the end of this fiscal year. We're looking at a small deficit in the highway and a small surplus in the general fund. So I don't know what you guys. Could we just wanna leave them that way, and then that way I'll just go into the fund balance, just be there if they ever need it.
The deficit is 11,970.
Yeah.
And a surplus.
28, 528,
Yeah.
28,000.
And is that in the general fund you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know.
Where do those roll over now?
So essentially what happens at the end of the year is just because we have money in the fund, so that fund is not a deficit.
Right.
It's just money sitting in the fund. When it rolls over, deficit will just subtract what's in that fund, so that actually cushions it. And then we start with our new budget.
So essentially we start $12,000 less than we thought.
Yes, but there's
But the fund is-
currently, you can think some of this.
So some things that, like a bridge fund or the emergency preparedness fund, there's still money in those, and that's what we.
Exactly. Yeah, so
use
there's
to cover it.
exactly. Well, no, this one just has. From previous surpluses that didn't get moved to someplace. There is about $200,000, which just sits in the highway.
Okay.
In
In various funds.
And I think about 120,000 of that just, I believe it needs to be moved to it's biggest surpluses that we voted for the building fund. We didn't have capital fund for them until we voted it in and we built it this year. So now there's money to that fund. We didn't exist. I just have to do a little history back to figure out exactly how much. But so there's money in that fund even after that happens. The 3 days surpluses that just allocate. Yeah, and the general fund is the same, unless there's something you guys feel a burning need to. But that just helps us so that if we have a year like we did in the highway fund, there's something there, so we don't have to have a deficit. We don't ever want to do it. Right. And that's why we had to have fund balance. Policy thing, so that we can have that money just.
Yeah.
If you ever have to borrow, is it the bank or is the state have to fund this for municipalities?
So
Deficit.
there's a bunch of things that we could do if we had to borrow. We could borrow straight from the bank. We depending on how much we had to borrow, like the bond bank, I know opened up the bond bank after the flooding because there were some rounds that were millions of dollars. So the bond bank opened that in anticipation of being money. So they were like short term, I think, instead of really long term, nobody wanted to do this. So there are lots of options.
You need special town meetings then to get approval for that?
Yeah.
Huh.
But like it says, doesn't say at the beginning of
To borrow, that's what.
So you still have to vote it in every year. That I could borrow in anticipation of tax money.
Right.
And that's because we have that weird gap from the July 1st and November. And if we had always spent our budget exactly the way that it was, we would end up with nothing.
Yeah.
I think we as a town do a really good job of splitting some preparedness. So when we have disasters, we don't end up needing to borrow money.
When I was in Brookfield, we all borrowed right from the bank, because they gave us, you know, a special deal. 2.3%.
The school does that. They have to borrow.
But when Brookfield went to twice a year, getting taxes done, we didn't have the weird period.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That covered that.
So they don't
Save
borrow
some
money,
money.
so they don't borrow any money. Yeah, well, 2% on a big bag of money is a lot of money. Yeah.
So this also means though that we did not spend down our sand. We usually we pay for our sand.
Oh, yeah.
I have not done that this year. Because there is none. If we feel like we can repay on the budget that we have, which I think is fine because we usually don't spend the whole budget. We end up, it usually straddles years. And this will just make it simple. So that's the only thing that did not happen this year that normally I would have done.
A big chunk would have been the same.
I don't even know who we are buying sand from this year.
Little weird. So we didn't spend our sand budget,
We did not.
but we spent it in other
Well,
places.
check out the gravel we about
Yeah,
spent.
I was just looking at that.
I mean, that flood took pretty much everything that we had in that budget and reserves and.
As we don't get a huge infusion of cash on July 1st, how do we have to wait until we get closer to people paying their property taxes to buy sand?
So, no, again, because we have that fund money that sits in the funds that kind of cushions us, we're gonna use those monies as tax money, and tax money will start coming in August. So I don't anticipate.
And then do you put money back into that fund? Or
Yeah, so once tax money comes in, the highway fund will get completely funded for what we've budgeted.
Before the general.
The general is the last one. It always amazes me. Well, it's because the tax money comes in back. Which is why it doesn't. That's how that stays. Yeah.
But we'll do it the same way when we prepay, even though it'll be the same for the future, like we'll pay half.
So I don't know, because often I feel like it confuses them when we do that.
but because we don't have the money, we're not gonna do that, right?
Well, we could.
I mean, we could if they really want us to, or we could wait until when they usually bill us for it. Because I know at some point they were like, we don't understand why you give us a huge chunk of money in June.
Well, it started years ago because we had enough money left over. We needed to,
Yeah.
well, didn't need to, but we did spend it before the end of the
Yeah.
fiscal year.
So the one is.
And
you knew you had to have sand.
right,
So
and Pickett said, well, if you pay us half up front, we'll give you a little better deal. I don't remember what it was.
And I mean,
That was
if
years ago.
they would like that, I'm more than,
Which just
There's-
helps for your hired
Yeah.
help and your
I mean,
fuel.
unless we're gonna have a flood again. No more floods. I don't, we would not. It'd be really rough, but
It would.
it'd be very rough, so it would be several years to.
I second that.
The other-
Or 21 plus, which I mean.
one of those non-binding.
Policy.
The other thing that we can talk about, and I feel remiss that I haven't dealt with this before now, is the child care contribution tax.
What's that?
Child care contribution tax is
That's
Vermont's
done.
new tax.
How much is it?
It's 0.44%, so not even a whole percent, is the total taxes coming. We apparently have to decide whether we want to divide it, whether we as a town want to pay the whole thing for our employees, or if we want our employees to pay 0.11%, and then we pay 0.33%.
Is that payroll tax, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the other thing I have to clarify is if it affects elected officials.
What's that?
If it affects elected
Your
officials.
employees, technically, I think.
No.
Because we don't work 24.
No,
But
We have-
so this is where I always get confused because
Is it
elected
like that?
officials are treated differently in some cases. Like we don't pay unemployment taxes on elected officials. So if when you're elected and you lost your job, you can't go for unemployment on the town. But I don't. Huh? Yeah. Like I just started dealing with this. I don't know, this week I suddenly realized
July 1st.
July 1st is next week, so it affects next week's payroll, so I kind of panicked. But
What's the total of the amounts that we'd have to pay? If we pay 30.33.
so there,
0.033?
no, we do 0.33,
little thing.
basically a third of a percent.
Yeah, it's very small, like it's on $20,000, it's $88. That's the whole 44%.
What's the total of what the road crew makes?
Hold on. Do some math.
The first we have to figure out
Oh,
if it's sort of our full-time people.
yeah,
20 hours.
well, so I'm just gonna go on what we have budgeted.
Anybody except for full time, one thing.
Yes, that's why.
You never know though, what the state had in mind.
That's right. Let's ask John.
You,
I didn't ask you how it would be affected by this, our stipend would be.
So of the total, all 4 employees, I'm
Yeah.
not doing it person by person, it would be $935.26.
That would be the 0.33.
That would be the 0.44.
Okay,
about $250 fees, with 40 something.
guess we suck out of it.
It's always,
And the employers are on the hook for things.
well, she said.
So if we just pay the 0.33 and they pay the 0.11, so we would have to pay $701.59 or 60 cents. They would be in charge.
Yeah,
They would need. I'm also gonna just divide this by 4, which is not. They would have to pay about $60 a piece.
per year.
I mean, it's not huge.
And is that gonna be a nuisance for you, or you just get that in the computer and it just automatically?
It's gonna go in the computer, but I need to know how you guys,
Right.
yeah, wanna set it up. Are we just gonna cover it for them, or are they gonna be in charge of about $60 a piece?
So. We're just doing road crew, or are we doing?
We have to do
You-
everybody.
We don't know about elected officials, but.
I-
Treasurer, town clerk, right?
Yeah, but you're talking full time.
Yeah, but so
Anybody who works part time doesn't have to pay it.
everybody who works, if you're an employee in Vermont, you have to pay it. The only thing I am unsure of is elected officials, because they fall under some funny employment stuff, like I said, unemployment doesn't affect it.
Like listers, for example.
Yes. Do we do the list for sure? But Mariah and I are both appointed at this point, so we're employees.
And then Jola and Bonnie.
Yeah.
And
The transfer station.
yeah,
Yeah,
the library. Okay.
right.
So we just have to decide how we want to handle it as a town. I really apologize that I didn't feel like this just like suddenly crashed down and I was like, oh, I missed some things.
And so the state's giving
I think
employers
those
and
that
employees
use childcare pay for it.
this,
I don't.
this work it out, they like pay for it all or pay for it.
Yes.
Yeah, we right? I do put some.
They're in a hard place, like, oh, God, employer, you're not like, sure, I'll give you the whole thing.
Right. Seems easier to pay for the whole thing.
Yeah,
I don't think it would put us in a difficult spot. I mean, it's quite hard for but I didn't want to make that decision. If anybody felt strongly, I want to
Did we make a motion then?
yes, you guys should definitely make a motion. How you want to do it.
I move we pay a total 0.44%
The
tax, childcare contribution tax. I like that word, contribution.
It sounds pretty.
It's like you're not really taking it out of your pocket.
Right, all in favor of Mike's motion, say aye.
What was Mike's mom?
It was,
Pay the tax.
makes a motion to pay the total 0.44% of the childcare contribution tax.
Thank you.
It's contributions.
Yes.
And then the last thing that I have, unless you guys have questions, I put on the table for you guys, the payroll increases.
I'll just take it right here.
Yeah,
Do what?
the payroll increases for next
Oh,
week.
it is happening.
I mean, essentially, we've
Oh,
already
yes.
approved them, but I like to be like,
That's good.
you guys have said, yes, you did.
Show increases in healthcare premium.
Phew.
It doesn't,
Okay.
it's just people's,
You saved
Out of
money
the-
last year, mine went down.
Oh my God.
So you're gonna trickle away to nothing. It's being volunteer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll pay the 0.44.
You'll be getting a 0.44.
I won't though, cause I need to,
It's the same.
that's if you send your
Date
kids
us
to
to
daycare.
OCPCC.
Nothing.
We'll subsidize his tuition.
Maybe, well, I actually have to pay tuition for him to go to Stratford, he goes there 3 years preschool, so you can pay for that.
All right.
Thank you.
Why does he go to Stratford?
It's a Waldorf school.
There's Jody.
preschool's choice.
Yeah.
We didn't get it. That's crazy.
We're a choice town for preschool.
We are.
Because nobody voted it.
Which is weird because we try to preschool that, but I'm not to that.
I'll pay
I
for
don't-
Stratford, I will go over there, that place is wonderful.
I don't think they have the ability to have.
Long run.
Yeah.
And then do you guys have any other questions about ending, how the year is ending?
On that, which employees are, contributing some of their, aren't there other state taxes that would follow that same pattern?
So as
Like,
far as
like we don't contribute to workman's comp or things like that, right?
right, because you guys are elected and the town pays workman's comp. So the town essentially has assurance that pays workman's comp.
We're not even eligible for it, right?
People are,
The only people who are eligible.
it's a highway,
Right, yeah.
or Mariah who fell down the stairs down here. Don't do that, by the way, absolutely do not.
I went down those stairs today, there, so you.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Don't fall down those stairs. That was
I'm
scary.
gonna go on disability.
No, thank you. Had a lot of dinners before I came.
Oh,
Max's birthday's on Thursday.
Oh. How old's he gonna be?
26.
Yeah.
You're already eating his birthday supper.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be down at Siggy's on his birthday night, so.
in preparation.
Exactly. This is the only time we can nail
What do
it
you eat?
down. We grilled a chicken breast and I put it on like a bun with some bacon and lettuce and tomato. It's really good. Some fresh watermelon.
And the sauce.
Just mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Lots of salt and pepper.
Yeah.
It's really good.
That.
Have your pizza and you go chicken.
No, you can, but I didn't.
Take about 2 minutes.
Have you been making pizza out there?
No, I need to. I've been feeling too lazy. I
It's
just
kind of
buying
hot for a
pizza.
pizza oven.
The days that it was like 97 degrees, I tried to call 3 different pizza places, they were all closed. It was so hot, I'm like, guys, I just want pizza.
You could put on the hood of your
Yeah,
car.
exactly.
You know, so we've been.
I saw.
You can make pizza.
Yeah.
There's some woman in Texas. Made a loaf of bread and it made about.
Oh.
Not very funny.
Huh.
Fries and eggs on the hood of the car.
I didn't have anything more, Becky.
Sounds good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Oh, what about any of the public funds, trustees for public funds, you need to ask them, you know, how there's always that end of the fiscal year, they had, remember in the, in the past, we had to make a request before the fiscal year, I think.
So we've already received the funds for the last fiscal year. It will start again here in July and then we'll have a meeting. And usually I just throw it in there for all my.
For questioning.
Because it's already in our budget. So I don't know if it's not.
We're not on a deadline like we used to be for some reason.
Well, it used to be that like they
They had to approve something, but
they did their approvals in June
Right.
past. And so you were always getting money in the next fiscal year for the previous fiscal year, and it got very confusing.
Yeah.
And school got really messed up for a while. So they decided to change how they were doing that and
solved the problem.
just move it by 1 month to July. And you could ask for it in the beginning of.
We should, things like improvements at the transfer station and the cemetery tents, we should definitely ask
You know,
the
yeah.
trustees what sort of funds they might get.
Because there is a special projects.
Yeah.
And I know that they are aware that there are thoughts out there.
And certain philanthropists left money specifically for.
So the cemetery also, I mean, they have their money too that I think could contribute. I mean, that fence, if they put what's there, it's so expensive. It's like $16,000 for that tiny little fence. I was like, what if we had a cute little picket fence?
Mike wants to paint it.
It would be a tenth of the cost.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we have to have depressing wrought iron that every child wants to like impale themselves.
It's a challenge.
For Memorial Day, I'm like, please don't lose a child.
Can we get a copy from him? But we contribute to child care. Reach out there.
Wow, I'm not.
Uh-oh.
And right now, I think that fence is. Might get tetanus from it.
I told you.
But everybody
Get
is
locked off.
inoculated.
Thank you.
Thank
But you're welcome.
you. Want us to sign that name copy?
That's fine. Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Karen.
I can do that much. That way I don't have to stress about it.
Are we, where are we dealing with these bidders? Is it just open so we can?
Yeah, it's just gonna do guys decide you wanna. hand it out. Randy just brought the one back into me this morning. With a change, we had only put this and not plus materials.
Oh, okay.
So then he added.
Is that the Hell Bridge?
Yeah.
Just north side.
I talked to Simon Bradford. I asked him to wash the bridges.
Oh, good,
So he's all right.
excellent. They want to do it, so.
Yes.
All right, see, 7:25. Yeah. You're up to need to approve. Need an attorney. So Sarah Buxton has been asked.
Yep.
She says,
She said
yes.
she'd love to. So I have a letter from her and the firm. Just discussing the contract and like the, outline of what they would do for us, current municipal. Recording in progress.
I left.
Right.